Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Exclusively Comics and Entertainment. And I want to talk to you today about the TV series Superman and Lois. I haven't spoke about this series, but I want you to know that I have very muchly enjoyed this series over the course of the season. And it's been broken up into various breaks and everything like that, and just a regular structure of how that the CW breaks up their shows. It really differentiates itself from all of the other CW shows that's out there. I mean, I used to watch The Flash a while back ago, but it just seemed that it's really gotten too melodramatic and corny. And if you're a fan of The Flash, the CW series, that's fine. But I was a fan some of Arrow before it went off of the air after 8 seasons, which, they ran out of things that they could do with the show, and so they ended. And I really think that Superman and Lois, even though it really portrays Superman in a positive light and Lois, and has the added features of their children, I really think that they are really kind of producing themselves as far as the show into a corner where they don't have much wiggle room or to say, because the story that they have with the main antagonist, Morgan Edge, which I love the direction of how they've taken this, is pretty decent, but it just seems that that Superman needs more than one villain to deal with. Now, I will say that I feel that this show really portrays Superman in a positive light of how that the comic book Superman that I grew up with was portrayed. It really distinguishes itself from the Henry Cavill darker type of Superman, and I think that that's good. I really believe that it captures the essence of what makes Superman a great hero, and really it's the greatest portrayal, I think, of Superman since Christopher Reeves, and just my opinion. And of course it's going to be on the CW, where there's going to be a little bit melodramatic and dealing with issues with teens and relationships and everything of like that. And I can understand that how the storytelling can get lost, but Tyler Hewlett's portrayal of Superman is just brilliant. Elizabeth Tulloch's portrayal of Lois Lane is amazing, and I think that these are great characters, and they've brought them to life. It distinguishes itself, like I said, from the other shows that I just really have not got behind, like Batwoman on a CW. I don't want to review it because I have nothing really good to say about it. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with, it's just very poorly written, very poorly acted, and trying to do the story of Batman or Batwoman from a low budget point of view, which, the characters are just not that interesting, and it's completely SJW written and not very believable, and I don't believe so. Could I do a better job writing it? Absolutely. I just not a fan of it, and I couldn't even watch one episode of it. I just don't like it. But moving on to Superman and Lois, I think every episode builds to the confrontation with Morgan Edge. That was really good. The turn of Superman and him trying to deal with his self and his own, trying to keep himself in check is really good. It was really good. In a contrast to style, we get John Walker, who portrays Steel, is pretty good portrayal of Steel, and he's a good character. I like that one episode that Diggle from the show Arrow was in it, and we all know that what's going on with Diggle and that Green Lantern ring that he has. But I really think that even though that the story is good, the acting is great, that everything seems to be well with the show, that really they are pointing themselves, they're really not pointing themselves, but they are really writing themselves into a situation to where they're making the villain less interesting, because how many times can the villain lose? How many times can you go up against this one villain and win? And they really need to have, even though it's season 1, they should have minor villains that have been scattered throughout the series to make the main villain that much more interesting. I don't like the fact that they simply got rid of General Zod, that he was just a apparition that would, sort of possess a host, and they would, it was interesting concept that they would use, that the Kryptonians would possess human hosts and slowly take them over to make them Kryptonians. I think that's an interesting way to not let the Kryptonians die out, and I like that. The fact that Morgan Edge now is sort of a instrument of destruction, going about seeking out human hosts for different Kryptonians is interesting. Morgan Edge's father is quite villainous, and we'll see if that their son Jordan can overcome being his host, which is pretty cool. I wish they would have some way have brought General Zod back. I think that they're writing the character of Lana Lang's husband, and excuse me if I don't remember his name. They're writing him there. He's always on the edge of borderline turning into a villain, and out of even after desperation or something like this. I think that it covers some great points. Like it centers around Superman and it centers around Lois. Who knows if they last for 8 seasons where the story will go. I hope they do, but I really would like for them to sort of bring some more minor villains in for Superman to deal with. It would be interesting, and of course now we don't know all of the rights that the show has to the different villains that Superman faced. We know that they have the rights to Superman, to Lois, to Lana Lang, to Lois's father, the general, which the guy does a good job, and they have the rights to John Walker, Steel, which is good. Superman needs help, and but I think that really I would like to see something. I mean, Superman's been fighting crime and fighting villains since 1930, and surely there's somebody that they could bring. Now they may have an agreement to where they can't use any villains that, and a lot of times it goes like this with these film companies like Warner Brothers and this, they have the right to use, there's certain villains that they cannot use. They can't use like Brainiac or anybody like that, which that would be interesting for them to portray. It would be neat if they would do the old comic book Brainiac like they was going to do back during Superman 5. It's really sad they didn't make that movie. But anyway, we have that, and the show is very good. I find it confusing, really, in some respects, to follow which episodes I've watched and which episodes I haven't watched on the CW app. They need a better way of giving, sort of maybe to Netflix or some of these other services, Amazon Prime. They need a better user interface on the CW app. It's just my experience. But as far as the show and portrayal of Superman, I love it and I recommend it. I think that it's a good family show. If you like Superman, if you like watching Superman, absolutely, it's a good story. Particularly the first half of the season really is good. But like I said, they're writing themselves up because that's the problem with a lot of Hollywood and shows that DC and Marvel are doing, is that they kill off their villains. When you have a good villain, original villain really, that has been brought to the forefront and created with a different spin a little bit, maybe on General Zod. They should have done something with General Zod, to have somebody that was in the series that could have been possessed by him, that or not even have General Zod. That probably would have been better, because that would have stayed true to the comic books and had General Zod in the Phantom Zone. They could have brought him back in another season or something. I know that in the DC EU, they had General Zod in the first movie, and the movie, the show is overall fantastic, and I highly recommend it. It is definitely on IMDb. It is rated 7.9. I'd give it probably an 8.5 maybe. The season's tremendous. So go and watch Superman and Lois. It is surprisingly and refreshingly a good series, and we'll see what happens next season. Maybe there was going to be a vision, or maybe they'll leave it. I don't know if they're going to leave that on a cliffhanger, if that was the last episode for the season. This last episode was. I don't know. Usually it runs around 42 minutes. You can watch it on the CW app, which I guess it was. Yeah, I guess it was the season. It was a season finale. They left it definitely on an edge. So go watch this, and I hope that you enjoy it, and we will talk to you later. And you guys take care, and please do like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, help this channel to grow, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye!